You kidding me? I couldn't understand it. Like, you got this much money and you're worrying about this. I just couldn't understand it.
Right.
No, I'm just saying, I just couldn't understand it.
Right.
And I'm hearing this shit. And I'm like, so, you know, and again, when you have that much money, you know this. You're not slow to this. You know if your friend got a whole bunch of money in the hood, he's not listening to you. You know that, right?
Right.
The gas is already in him. So he's the same thing on 195 million. He's not listening. Not saying it's going to make sense. So I'm starting to say, okay, it's time to go. And then Pac comes home. So when Pac comes home,
it's turned up to the max.
Pac comes home because he's got something to prove. He done got shot 5 times. He's mad, but he's never doing that with me though.
Do you believe Suge put the battery in his back to go with Big and everybody on the East Coast?
Oh yeah, because he thought that was
or was that already his intention?
No, that was his thing to push it over the top because he thought that's how he was gonna sell records.
The drama.
That's what he said. He always said that. If you quote him, if ain't no shit happening, ain't nothing gonna happen anyway. Like I said, the mentality of the South, I don't know if y'all know this, comes from the rednecks and the hillbillies.
Yeah, what's the Brutus mentality? Break that down.
So Popeye and Brutus, he was the Brutus of the industry. He was the brute.
Bluto.
He was the Bruto, right? And they're gonna rule with an iron fist, not conversation. I remember he had a rule at Death Row. He said it's not baseball, 2 strikes. I mean, that's some real shit. So, you know, Sam sneezed at the meeting. I told him, I said, yo, man, don't go to this meeting. Like, fuck that shit. Don't. Because I already knew, because if you got all these people in the room, like when I got there, you got these bloods sizing these guys up. Everybody's sizing each other up. Everybody's having a pissing contest. So if there's a crack in your armor in a situation, it's just like jail. It's going down. It's counterplug. It's going down. Anything goes down wrong, it's going down. So you got to know how to walk the red line. So in jail, we know how to walk the red line. If you don't, you know what's going to happen. So it's the same thing at Death Row. Everybody's live. And if you're not in your bag doing your shit like me, I'm running there every day so they see it. I'm jogging from Woodland Hills to Can-Am, which is in Tarzan, 7-mile run. Boom, 7 miles back. I'm never getting in the car saying, okay, yeah, I'll run. I'll run to the crib. And and I'm working out with them too. So they're seeing me. Very important that they see you engaged in your shit. So they know. They're not, other people ain't doing that. And when Sam went out there at that show smiling on the stage, I knew it. I was like, he said, what's up, New York, smiling. I knew they zeroed in on that. That was one. Then the second one was he did a video with Wu-Tang. They did the Cream video, Sam Snead's wearing yellow. The colors of Death Row is black and red. They paying you to be on their label. They expect you at least to wear their uniform. Now you have to adapt your thought to gang culture now. You know what I'm saying? Because you're dealing with a gang member.
Right.
So these violations are coming out, oh, you didn't wear the colors. Ignorant shit like that. And how you charging Snoop Dogg $1 million for a beat? And he's on the intro to your album. That's all. That was 2 strikes. Somebody got off the table, started fighting him. So yeah, stomping them out. Everybody, boom, boom, boom. So but that's not the edge. That's not the worst part. The worst part, they go to Monty's after he's acquitted from the murder, and his eyes like this, and they taking pictures with him in the press, and he's like, yo, the manager's telling the press, if you put them pictures in the magazine, we're gonna sue you. So, that's another level of disrespect, you know what I'm saying? Another level of, it just goes far beyond anything that I'm accustomed to, you know what I'm saying? Dealing with what we gotta deal with in our country.
Seeing all this go down, red flags left and right, literally. Were you like, oh yeah, I'm not dropping no music over here. I need to get out of here. Like,
well, yeah, after Dre left, yeah, because when you seen him leave, this is how bad it got.
Right. So Dre was like the anchor, like,
no, this is how bad it got.
I'll stay.
No, he didn't stay.
As long as he's here.
No, he was like, hell no. Yeah, exactly. If Dre was there, and that wasn't good, because that wouldn't have went on if Dre was there, right? So, it would have been fine, because Dre's business. Dre, like us, Dre can go anywhere. He's a professional.
Right.
And I like that about him. I have nothing bad to say about Andre Young in doing business.
Right.
solid all around the board. Snoop too.
Right.
But when you're dealing with Suge and the energy he's bringing to the table, which is vinegar, fucking vinegar, straight up, it is.
So, did you warn Dre when you heard things?
No, I'm trying to tell him I'm saying to him, I'm trying to ask him, but he's not responding like, and I want him to respond because I'm looking at Dr. Dre like, because Dre's asking me questions too. We're comparing notes, and I'm like, all right, so what do you want? In other words, like, I want to get his approval too. Like, so what are we trying to do? And he's not saying it. So I'm like,
what do you mean?
in other words, I'm saying, like, because I know people too. Like, we can figure this shit out. It's not an issue. Like, I'm already here. I'm trying to figure it out. Like, okay, you with this? Like, because we can send some motherfuckers. And the guy that knocked him out is my brother. My brother knocked his ass out before. Literally knocked him out, one blow. So I'm like asking him, you let me know.
Like, what you doing? What we doing?
Right, that's what and he's not responding.
You're like, yo, Dre.
Right, because I'm already with the bullshit. And I'm like, right, let me know.
Right.
Let me know if this is, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not.
Is this the road?
Right, or you really afraid of this guy to the point where if we do it, you're going to be like, I'm not trying to see that part, right? So I'm trying to get clearance. And he's not saying nothing. The next thing you know, he's gone.
Why do you think he wasn't saying anything?
I don't know. I don't know if he could trust me like that at the time. I don't know. That could have been. Because he doesn't really know.
He might have thought
me
that
like,
you were scouting.
Maybe. I don't know. But I never was friends with him like that. I put it this way. When he left, I left the week after. I was gone.
Right.
I'm loyal. But my whole point was I'm trying to ask him, we're the same age. All three of us. What's up? Let me know. He's not giving me any,
Right.
So I don't know what to do.
Did Suge trust you?
No, but Redman was on the end. See, Redman and me are so close that had I got the word, Reggie was ready to do something. At that time, Reggie was still the old Reggie. Him and the twins was still, with the bullshit.
Right.
So I'm getting, but I'm not getting it from Dre so I could say anything. So I didn't know. And I'm like, and then when I came back and he was gone, and then Sam Snead got beat up.
When you came back from?
In other words, when I came back from, when I came to the studio again, Dre just left. It was abruptly. It wasn't like Dr. Dre's leaving and we're planning to, we're gonna boycott this nigga. It wasn't like that. Nobody was talking. He just upped and left. Dr. Dre ain't here no more. It was like, and then everybody was like, what? So I already knew, okay, if Dr. Dre's not here, this shit done. I'm not fucking with you. You don't know nothing about it. I know music and my dad played. If you're not sonically correct in music, it's not happening.
Right.
So I'm knowing that you thinking that because he's unexperienced in music, he's thinking because, I beat him up, I'm tough, and that has nothing to do with music.
Right.
That don't have nothing to do with it making a hit record. So I didn't want nothing to do with that. I'm like, damn, I left this shit. I'm that too, but I'm not doing that shit. I'm trying to get away from that stupid shit.
Right.
So I knew that there was no way we were staying with Suge Knight. There was no way, bro. And then and I told Sam don't go to the fucking meeting, and he goes and he gets beat. I'm like, damn, bro, like, come on. You know what I mean? And then my other man gets chased out the studio. They chased his ass out. He's saying New York on the mic at Sam C's session, and that just made it worse too. And I'm like, so I just left. I was like, you know what? This ain't. My mother said a good run is better than a bad stand. Let's get the fuck up out of here before somebody gets killed because, nobody's listening. Everybody's doing what the fuck they want to do, and he's getting worse. And I'm like, this is. So
ain't no working environment.
So I held out, and then Redman picked me up at the airport, and then I love Reggie, man. I don't give a fuck. That motherfucker, he stood the ground with me all the way. Like, then we did the Big Brother record, and we were on our way, and I really looked at him like, and then he started like really developing into what the intellectual priority that we were actually embracing now, and then just to see him there at the airport when I got off that plane and he was there, it was just like, wow.
He told you.
He told me.
Did he hit you with the "I told you so"?
Yes, he did. Yeah.
Wow.
But he hugged me like, like he you don't got people like that.
Yeah.
People like him and Meth you don't come a lot.
I agree.
They're solid.
Super solid.
Super solid.
Super solid. If Method Man, meeting him earlier on kind of messed my head up.
Yeah, I understand.
Because
he wasn't ready for it to go like that.
you meet Method Man, you're like, yo, he's super solid.
Yeah.
Then you meet everybody else, and you're like, oh, I met a solid one early. I'm glad that I did, but it kind of threw me off.
Right.
Because now I wasn't prepared for,
Right.
all the fakery and buffoonery
Fuckery.
of 99% of the rest of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get you.
And how, it's just weird shit.
And I kept it 100 with Snoop too. Like when Snoop, and he bounced because remember him, to see him in the shit he was in. I'm like, damn. When we all left, everybody was gonna kill him.
So M was there.
Not M. M wasn't there yet. M wasn't there yet.
You said Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre. When Snoop left, we all left Snoop there. Snoop was left.
Right.
We all got the fuck up out of there. Snoop was left there.
Yeah.
And I used to be like telling Red, like, damn, but we left Snoop there. And he'd be like, and then Reggie would approach Suge about that war too, with the twins in Vegas, like, yo, man, what's up with Snoop? And then Suge had to leave that shit alone. Eventually he left it alone, but people was on it, like, in other words, everybody had Snoop back too, but we weren't there no more.
Right.
The distance-wise, we had to get the fuck out of there because that was a hot, real hot zone, bro.